1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer.
Welcome to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. Cox, glad you're back, buddy. You've been gone for a month.
2 months. 2 weeks.
You've left me here by myself, but anyway.
Did Gaddis not show up last week?
No, Gaddis didn't show up. Listen, he's in New York. He's watching the Yankees play.
He was here.
Or wherever they're at. He was in New York, and they got rained out last night. They said he wasn't even at the ball game. He's watching the Yankees play, and I guess he went today. I guess. I assume he did. And but the first week is easy to replace you. I replaced you with an 8-year-old the first week.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Joe didn't show up. Coach Gaddis didn't show up. He texted me and said, "Hey, I'll be over there late. I've got something I've got to deal with." So I figured he was going to deal with it, but I guess he got caught up in whatever he's doing.
He must have. He got caught up running. He just didn't want to come.
He should have had plenty of time. I think Greenville, was that running clock?
I'm not for sure if it's running clock or not. I've tried to forget about it. But anyway, welcome to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. Appreciate their sponsorship. And, man, this thing's just about over with. I mean, regular season-wise anyway. We're down to a couple of weeks here, and the next thing you know, we'll be talking playoffs. Any surprises? Well, I'm tell you, this puzzles me. Cleveland tonight went to Maryville here a few weeks ago and won, and they lose tonight to Bearden.
Yeah.
Well, what's the deal?
I know
it just don't sound right.
Beard's getting better, but I think that shows you that Maryville's beatable. Our guys at 5-Star have said for 2 years now that they can slowly see the Maryville train slowing down. And it was rolling for 17 years?
Well, yeah, they always say all good things come to an end. And, maybe that's what's happened. Maybe that's what's
I think the dominance
maybe that's what's going to happen. So,
they're still a good winning program, but I think it's the dominance that is slowing down. So, but I think that 6A playoffs could be interesting. What you got? Bearden, Farragut, Maryville, Bradley. All in this here. Dobbins Bennett.
Yeah.
People are talking about Maryville, Oakland. Well, who's to say DB's not going to make it to play?
They're saying the first round game could possibly be Kingsport, Dobbins Bennett, and Maryville. Possibly.
Really?
Yeah.
Because there's 32 teams that go, and the way the seating works out,
it could be
them going up there.
It could be. So, it's interesting to see what goes on. Oak Ridge rebounds last night against Carnes. I'm going to tell you, if I was coaching against Carnes, I don't know that you can stop Bishop. Completely stop him. I'm talking about holding him under 50 yards. I don't know that you can completely stop him, but surely you can contain him and let him get him 2 or 3 touchdowns, but hold the rest of the offensive unit to 0. And that's about what Oak Ridge done last night. Yeah, he had some good numbers probably at the end of the night, and he scored 2 or 3 touchdowns at the end of the night. But Carnes, other than that, Carnes looked like a very mediocre football team to me last night with a star running back on the team. And that's the extent of the Carnes program. When he's gone next year, and he's gone and won't be there next year,
they're back to Carnes.
He's a once-in-a-lifetime player to come through your program. Every program gets those, and you hope you get them more than once. And he's their once-in-a-lifetime guy right now. Man, maybe there's another one on the horizon we just don't know about yet, but they look very, very mediocre.
Well, just for our area, and what you're saying is exactly right. For our area, how many Division I FBS running backs do we have that have a legit chance to go play at the FBS level? Most time, we have a good athlete that plays running back and they go somewhere else and they play they play linebacker, strong safety. He is a legit FBS running back.
Well,
it don't happen often.
Maybe. He's not very big. He's not very big.
But he fits the mold of what Coastal Carolina uses.
Well, he might fit the mold. And
about 5'11", 6 foot and can fly. I'm
going to agree with you that. I think he's bulked up too much. And I think it might have hurt him. I think it's hurt him a little bit. Who am I?
He's got the ability.
I'm just some old dumb guy that don't know nothing.
You're retired now.
I'm just retired. Retired dumb guy. Great caller. You on the air?
Yeah, I saw where you got Oliver Springs and Coalfield next week on the Tube. Any comments on that game? Who you think? I think Oliver Springs has improved, but I don't know that they're good enough to play with Coalfield. What do you guys think on that? And I'll hang up.
I'll let you go first.
Well, I'll say this: Oliver Springs has improved, and they won 4 straight. I think they're 4-4 right now. But I'm going to do the same thing I'll do tonight later on with Tennessee and Alabama. I'm sure everybody down at Oliver Springs thinks this is the year Oliver Springs to go down and get Coalfield. I don't think that'll happen, but I'm not saying it won't. Oliver Springs just has to prove it to me that they can go and do that. And I assume that game is at Coalfield. I'm not for sure. But Oliver Springs will just have to go beat Coalfield, and then they proved it to me. Just like Tennessee tomorrow, I don't know if Tennessee's going to win or not, but Tennessee has to prove to me that they're going to win. And just one win, Alabama's won 15 in a row, so don't get your hopes up. Sell your tickets, Mark Cox.
They're already gone.
Sell them.
I'm wheels up to Disney.
Wheels up to Disney.
So,
Heard
yeah,
that.
they're gone. I don't think Oliver Springs is ready for a Coalfield.
Not yet.
Oakdale is a lot better. They had a good start to the season, but I think there's just a different level there. And I think you're exactly right. It's kind of like the Tennessee deal. Tennessee's not to the level of Alabama. Now, can they beat Alabama tomorrow? Everything's got to go right. Bryce Young has to, if he plays, he has to turn the ball over. If he plays, he's got to not be himself. And Tennessee has to have a really good game to beat them. But Coalfield's not Alabama because Coalfield's not won a state championship that I can remember. But I think Coalfield is at a different level than Oliver Springs. But I think Oliver Springs has had a great season. And I think it'll be a war.
It will be a war. I agree with you on that. But, Oliver Springs is a much improved football team, so you would look for a pretty good football game Friday night. But, it's still Coalfield.
Yep.
They're still playing Coalfield at the end of the day.
Is that a region game?
Oh, not for sure.
Is Oliver Springs 1A?
Yeah, I think I'm wanting to say they are, but I'm
2A,
and I'm not for sure. They might be 2A.
They both probably 2A. I'm not sure.
But anyway, Oliver Springs.
I love those games though. Every year they come.
Well, that's a great game. I've called that game a couple of times. It is a really good game. But Oliver Springs is much improved, and got the people excited down in Oliver Springs. I know they got the old mayor excited down there. He even broke down last week and called me after that game down there. He was so happy about Oliver Springs winning another one. So appreciate the mayor of Oliver Springs there calling me. He's a good guy, and I like him a lot. And let me tell you what our buddy Eric done last week. Eric's made this wild bet.
Ooh, I missed Eric last week.
Well, you didn't miss much, but anyway, he's made this wild bet. Somehow he's got a Florida Gator or something for Florida tattooed on his arm or somewhere. And if Tennessee beats LSU, he's going to do this, and he's going to go over in front of Tim Tebow and get it across put through the Gator. And he's going to have a pair of T put on there, and maybe he'll call tonight. We can see if he can even remember it, because I'm going to ask him, hey, do you even remember calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning and getting me up? I'm going to ask him that, too.
Now, there's times he's a little bit of an Oliver Springs guy.
He has been. He didn't have no choice there for a while. He lived right across the street from a football field.
And was his daughter cheerleader or something?
Maybe. It might have been something. I don't know what it was. But he lived, right across the street from Oliver Springs High School. He was right there. He didn't have to worry about parking. He just walked across the street and went in.
He probably tried to charge people to park in his
He
lot.
probably did. And he walked up and down the sideline, and whoever Oliver Springs was playing,
beverage money.
He was on them. You're right. He was bragging last week how he was on the greenback quarterback so bad he caused him to flub up a couple of times. He's proud of that. And
is this the slowest week of high school football that you can? It's like fall break. I noticed a lot of teams hadn't played. Is Clinton off this week?
Clinton's off this week. AC's off this week. Campbell County's off this week. I don't know. Oak Ridge was off. I don't know if they're back or not. I don't know if they went back.
Oak Ridge. No, they're going back to school. But Oak Ridge beat the Carnes last night.
Carnes last night is Thursday night game, TV game. I don't know if Oak Ridge is in school this week or not. I'm not for sure.
They go back Monday. They've been out the last 2 weeks.
So they've been out. So everybody's out right now. Fall break's just about to wrap up, and it is a slow week. So the next couple of weeks will be full tilts ahead. Everybody should just about be full. Just about everybody's district games should be about over with, I think.
Yeah, it's getting close. You got 2 weeks of season left.
You got one.
I know
or two,
the last
maybe.
week of the season for a couple regions are all region games.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I'm not for sure if Gibbs is in Clinton's region or not. Are they in Clinton's region?
No, Gibbs is not. But the way that falls is Carter and Fulton play each other the last week of the season, because that's going to be for the 2 seed. I thought Clinton plays Carnes last week of the season.
Clinton plays. I thought Carnes is next week.
Okay,
I might be
you
wrong.
might be right.
It might be Gibbs, and I think Gibbs is the last game of the year. I could be wrong. I know that's the last 2 teams they play, right there. So I'm sure Clinton's worked on some stuff this week. Maybe they'll get it turned around. And
is Clinton eliminated from the playoffs?
Yes, officially they're out. There's no scenario for them.
So this will be 2 years in a row. They've got 6-7 wins and not make the playoffs.
Yeah, 2 years in a row. Before I forget about it, let me throw out this. Coach Keith, the head coach of the Dragons, he lost his dad this week. Might have been yesterday or first thing this morning. I'm not 100% sure. I just know he lost his dad this week, and just want to let everybody know Channel 12 is thinking about him. We send out our prayers to his family. And then Clinton lost another really good guy. He was a referee in basketball, referee in football. A real good athlete back in the day, way back in the day. Dr. Joe Weaver. He passed away this week also. So there's a couple of deaths there at Clinton. Keep those families in your prayer, and we'll do the same here at Channel 12. But
Joe passed away?
Joe Weaver passed away. Yeah, maybe yesterday. Is it yesterday or today? Yeah, yesterday.
Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did.
He's a basketball official too, wasn't he?
Yeah, basketball, football. They honored him. Packer and them give him they do a special on the referees. So how long they pick one of the stars or stripes or something. They call it something. I don't remember what they call it. And Joe Weaver was the guy last night. 28 years. He called football for 28 years. Joe was a really good guy, and he was a really good athlete back in the day at Klein High School. So he was a really good guy, and so keep those families in your prayers, because tough times right now.
So Clinton is eliminated from the playoffs.
Correct.
Oak Ridge will be the 2 seed in 5A right now.
I think there's still a possibility if Campbell County beats them and something else happens, maybe
they could go to the 3. Campbell County could go to the 2.
Possibly. It's sort of weird. But that's the last game of the year, so that's a game that I think the worst Campbell County can do here is probably 3rd, and the worst Oak Ridge can do is 3rd. So it's 2nd or 3rd. I think winner take all for 2nd. So
yeah.
To be honest, I really think this region out here, if you take this region with Powell and you take Powell out of it, this is really a weak region this year. This region's not very strong at all.
No, I agree.
Not strong at all.
The 6A, 5A, 4A in our area, in the East Tennessee area, I think is as weak as it's ever it's ever been in the top end of the area. I don't think Maryville's as good as they have been. I think if you look at the region Anderson County's in, Anderson County's really good, but Fulton, South Dole, Gibbs, and Carter, none of them's any good.
Yeah, it's just a weaker region.
Yeah, and then you look at the Powell's good. Not as good as they had, not as good as they were last year.
That's for sure.
But then Oak Ridge, Campbell County, Clinton, Carnes, just.
Well, I don't care to tell you, Oak Ridge's 2 running backs last night put a show on, man. I don't know how many touchdowns they had apiece. I know one of them had 4, and one of them, I think it was 4 and 3, or it could have been 4 and 4.
And maybe they get better, and maybe they win a couple playoff games, but it's just not.
Well, they're getting some healthy kids back out, and you can tell it because it's a big difference in how they played last night. Considering how they played a week ago, I don't even think it's the same team that was on the field last night. It's a completely different team that was on the field last night. So I'm assuming some of those injured players are really back, and I don't know about line-wise because they were still talking about the offensive line still having some people out, but skilled people, yes. Skilled people, yes. Quick caller, you on the air.
Hey, I'm calling I haven't seen the Harriman Greenback score, so I was calling to see how that ended.
I'm not sure that it's a final, but hold on, I will try to help you out here.
Coach,
No. If it's not a final, that's okay.
Coach T didn't even have anything on it a while ago. Not unless they changed now. When I was at Coach T a while ago.
Well, yeah, I just haven't seen it. I'm just curious.
Let's see if we can find it. Okay, bud.
Yeah, it's in progress during the fourth quarter. What it says.
It have a score?
It doesn't have a score. Yeah, I cannot get a score. Okay.
So we're trying to find out if anybody knows the score of Greenback Harriman. Let us know.
We talk about how things sort of go in cycles. Think about how good Greenback was 4, 5, 6 years ago.
Yeah, playing for a couple of state won at least.
They won one, didn't they?
I don't think they won any.
Oh, they didn't win it when the big wide receiver was there?
I don't think so. I don't think they've won one.
Maybe I was thinking about Elizabeth and won
and
with the wide receiver.
And they very well could have. I just don't remember them winning one. But no.
It says 25-7 Greenback.
25-7 Greenbacks leading.
In that game, it's still ongoing. So,
yeah.
That's another team that's fallen on hard times, Greenback.
They lose their coach. They lose their coach who went to be an offense coordinator somewhere.
At Catholic.
There you go.
Yep. Sure did. Hey, folks, 483-8182. Give us a call and
8112.
What'd I say? 81112. Sorry. Give us a call here at the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard, and we'll be more than glad to talk to you. Like I said, tonight is going to be slow, so we'll probably a little earlier than we usually do. We'll talk a little Tennessee, Alabama football.
Maybe start college football 11?
Yeah, we can probably start at 11 because we can probably talk 45 minutes about it. So, anyway, let's jump out. Let's take our first commercial break of the night. We'll be right back just in a couple minutes here on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
On-Site Care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-Site Care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OAB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. 483-8112. Give us a call. Like I said, we understand people's off tonight. People's gone on fall break. There's no excuse not to call in, though. You can call in from anywhere in the country. And you can watch us from anywhere in the country, too. So, but it is a slow week, compared to
normal. Yeah.
So we'll be back to normal next week, that's for sure. So there's some big games on tap next week. Next couple of weeks, depends on where you're at in the playoffs, could determine a couple teams whether they're second or third or possibly could even drop to fourth. So we'll see what folds out. You told me that Fulton's playing for second place, maybe?
They'll be playing for second place the last week of the season. This coming week, they got Farragut, and then they go to Carter to see if they get second or third in the region. If they get second, they'll host a home game, and then they'll travel to Greenville.
That's just someplace I wouldn't want to go.
No, I just hope we don't get anybody hurt.
Yeah, that's just someplace I wouldn't want to go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Quick caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, Bob, do you got the Chucky Dope score?
Chucky Dope. I hadn't even seen Chucky. Hold on a second, caller. I can help you out. I finally got mine to update. 55-0, Chucky Doak beat Claiborne County.
That's right. I think it's going to be their year.
Might be.
Might be. Go undefeated. Go Vols.
All right, man. Chucky Doak. Did they play Catholic this year to start the season? Caller? He's done hung up. Yeah, I think Chucky Doak played Catholic this year to start the season, right?
Did they already lose this year?
Yeah, they lost to Catholic first game of the year. I remember texting Coach Bob.
Maybe next year, boys. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Hey, 7-1 is still a good year, caller. See?
Hey, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Quick caller, you're on the air.
Hey guys, it's Jesse Smithy. How are y'all?
Doing good, Jesse. How you doing?
Hey, not bad. It's been a long time since I called in, so figured we'd do that tonight.
Yeah, they've been giving me a hard time. I haven't been here the last couple of weeks. And Queener said I've been missing for a month.
Yeah, it's been a little crazy on Friday nights for me, and so this is a good week to just catch a breather, right? Before the last couple of weeks of the regular season, it was I'm not gonna lie, guys, it was just a terrible lineup of games this week. Nothing really to get too excited about, but the next 2 weeks are just going to be absolutely jam-packed, full of fun non-region games next week. Week 11 packed full of region contests that are going to determine region champions or who gets to host a first-round playoff game. So you kind of need a week like this just to kind of gather yourself, get your mind right for the next really 7 weeks leading up to the end of the season.
Next week.
I'm sorry, what?
It's West versus Maryville this coming week, this coming Friday.
Yeah, next week at West High School in Knoxville, and nobody has beaten Alcoa and Maryville in the same season since 1999, and believe it or not, William Blount and Heritage both did that in 1999. That sounds kind of crazy to say out loud, given where William Blount and Heritage are as programs. It's hard to think that there was a time where they could both beat Alcoa and Maryville in the same season, but that happened 23 years ago or so, and so West High School has a legit chance to do that again, or to join that elite company, and we'll see if they can do that next week.
Yeah, and is that going to be maybe where the pregame show would be?
Yeah, probably so. I mean, there's some other key games. So you look at Webb School of Knoxville, they got Boyd Buchanan. That's Gary Rankin's Boyd Buchanan team that's come to town. And so there are other kind of key games. So it's kind of fun. Like I said, fun non-region matchups. Bolton going out to Farragut next week. You got Powell at Catholic next week, which is really moved the needle last year in a TV game. So a lot to choose from next week.
Absolutely. So as everything unfolds here, we've talked about it. Is the area as a whole, is it a little down this year in football, maybe in the 4, 5, and 6A for our area?
A little bit. I would say you take a look at the Division II schools, and we're the CAK's down. Grace Christian is doing better, but they're down. Catholic's not going to really contend for a state title. You look at 1A, even though Coalfield is doing great this year, when they've gone to play the big boys like Gordonsville, they really took it on the chin that night. And so South Pittsburgh is going to be somebody that they're likely going to have to face at some point. I know Oliver Springs has something they want to say about this whole deal too. And of course that game is coming up, but 2A, I don't know if we have a legit contender. Of course 3A, you got Alcoa, but with 6A, it's just an open season, really. I mean, Maryville could definitely go all the way to the state semifinals, face Oakland again for it seems like the umpteenth time in a row. But Dobbins-Bennett's really good. Farragut's really good. Bearden is coming on strong, and it's all comers right now. Maryville's got his hands full for the next month or so.
David and I were talking earlier, Jesse. Is there a chance that Donovan's Bennett and Maryville could play each other round 1 or round 2?
I haven't looked at the shakeup of that. I don't think round 1. If Maryville wins in week 11 against Bradley Central, it wins the 1 seed. It will have the head-to-head win over Farragut or Bearden. So Maryville would get the 1 seed. I don't think Dobbins-Bennett has any chance of being a 4 seed. I think they only have 1 loss, right? I think 1 loss to Greenville. So they would be a 1 seed. So I'm not exactly sure when those two would meet up. I guess that would be quarterfinals if they're both 1 seeds. So I don't think Dobbins-Bennett and Maryville would play in the first round. But, again, that's all based on projections. And if Maryville wins that Week 11 game against Bradley Central.
I guess I was out of town or asleep. Did Bearden or Farragut, who won that game?
No, they will play in Week 11.
Week 11, there you go.
On Thursday night, that'll be a rivalry Thursday game. So both of those teams won tonight. Farragut absolutely drilled Bradley Central, basically eliminated Bradley Central from contention to win a 1 or 2 seed out of that region. Bearden went on the road and beat Cleveland. And, of course, Cleveland is the team that knocked off Maryville 2 weeks ago in region play. So Bearden, Farragut, Maryville all sitting there with 1 region loss each. And then Bearden and Farragut will play in Week 11, basically for the right to be the 2 seed and host a first-round playoff game.
Yeah, that's going to be that'll be an interesting matchup, Week 11. That will I don't know where that's going to be, but wherever it's going to be packed.
Yeah, I want to say, I'm going to double-check myself. Yeah, it's at Bearden on Thursday night in Week 11.
Oh, it's a Thursday night game?
Yeah.
I won't be watching that.
That'll be the TV game. That'll be the TV game.
I don't get the channel. If I did, it'd be on mute.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can always log in to their website and watch if you wanted to, but it's going to be it's going to be bonkers for a high school atmosphere. The fact that those 2 heated rivals already have such disdain for each other, but now the fact that Bearden is highly relevant again this year is going to make that game even more special.
David said I watched that, but David doesn't know. We go play bingo on Thursday nights at Beaverbrook.
He watches it. It's on at Beaverbrook. I guarantee he watches it. I guarantee. I bet money on it.
So, Jesse, I know that it was a very down week, and I know that there's, sort of the calm before the storm. But do we have is it fair to say that we've got a legit contender in West and Powell in 5A and Anderson County and Greenville, Elizabethton in 4A? Is that kind of how you would shape up that if you'd finish that off for us?
Yeah, I think so. And there's kind of some outside sleeper teams on the periphery. You talk about I think it's Daniel Boone in 5A that's doing really, really well this year. They're undefeated. Their defense is just lights out this year. So there's somebody that's kind of maybe come into play in the second or third round and really disrupt things if they were able to get their way in that game. But, yeah, I think with the way that Powell has come on strong over the last 5 or 6 weeks, you definitely have to reconsider them in the 5A contender conversation. They were kind of left for dead, a handful of weeks ago. But I think Jordan Potts has kind of wheeled that team back into contention. And it's still kind of West and as the favorite in 5A. And I talked with Lamar Brown, the head coach, about that tonight, about how they're managing that, even though they really haven't won anything. They got the number 1 ranking in the state, number 1 ranked in 5-star preps, but they really just haven't won anything yet. So how do you keep your team confident but also kind of humbled and focused each week when you're dealing with a bunch of 15, 16-year-olds? And so that's kind of what our story is about with West tonight. That's on our website.
They've beat Alcoa, right? Now that's their biggest win of the season.
Yep.
They've got Maryville coming up, and I tell you, I think there's a lot of people that would be pulling for Lamar Brown to win a state championship.
Yeah, just a high-quality guy, one of the best guys you'll find in the coaching fraternity. I've never heard one coach in my years talk ill of Lamar Brown, and he's had some tough breaks in the playoffs. The ball kind of bounced against him, whether it was against Oak Ridge when he was a coach at West, or even back to his days at Morristown West. So that's just a guy who's due for something good to happen. and we'll see what transpires for him in the playoffs.
Good guys. Coach Gillum's obviously a good guy, and he's trying to clock into a semifinal game or a championship game. What do you see going on there with Anderson County as they come down the stretch here? Is this a year they might be able to get over the hump and beat an Elizabethton or a Greenville in the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that they're going to have to do. Look, I mean, the Greenville team is really good. The Anderson County team's really good. You can find weaknesses on both teams if you look really hard, but it's all going to come down to who executes the best when those two teams play. If Anderson County, when they play Greenville, if they can get some pass rush and disrupt Brady Quillen a little bit at quarterback and make him throw some ill-advised passes, much like Oak Ridge kind of did in the second and third quarters against him a couple weeks ago, then maybe Anderson County has a chance. So it's all going to be execution, especially at the line of scrimmage. And for Anderson County, if their offensive line can pass pro and get Walker Martinez time to throw, then it's definitely going to benefit the Mavericks' chances. So whenever those two teams play, and I think they will end up playing, I know Elizabethton can kind of throw a wrench in things, but I fully expect another AC kind of Greenville match at some point there I guess it would be the third round.
And next week I'm interested to see. I think it's a good measuring block for Bearden and Anderson County both to play each other next week. I think that's Friday night, and I think Anderson County. Is it fair to say Bearden will be the best team that Anderson County's played this year, or maybe Powell?
It'll probably be the best defense that they've faced this year, and that's what Greenville hangs its hat on. Is this defense that Greenville has is really, really good. So Anderson County is going to get to go against a top-notch 6A defense, and win or lose, they're going to get better for it. They're going to learn about themselves. It might expose a few things that could help them somewhere down the line in the postseason.
Absolutely. Well, Jesse, I know you're busy. We've got Hall of Fame Little League official Michael Hayes on the air tonight. I know you can't see that, but Mike's here with us tonight. He's hoping to maybe get a camera one day for 5-Star Prep, see if he can put it on condensation mode like he did Fulton's.
Well, if he does, we'll put him to work. We'll find something for him to do.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah, real good luck.
Yeah. Yeah. His nickname used to be Can't Get Right before the movie came out even.
That's true.
That's what it was for.
Yeah, okay. So, Jesse, hey, thanks for calling in. I know it's been a busy couple weeks, and it's always fun this time of year. We start talking playoffs. We love the Rockwood, the Harriman, the Oakdale. I mean, that's Coalfield. That's always exciting around here. But obviously, we like following Anderson County. Unfortunately, Michael made a good point 3 or 4 weeks ago. What'd you say about Clinton, Michael?
No quality wins. They took one on the chin to now a 2-5 on North City team.
Yeah, I think that you look back at that game, and I think Clinton's will was probably broken a little bit before that game. They had so much hype and so much high expectations, the talent that they had out there on the field, and when they lost that game to Campbell County in overtime and basically just relegated them to being outside of the playoffs, I don't know how much fight they had left in the tank for that game against Lenore City, and I think it showed. It's going to be interesting to see how that program bounces back, how they approach the off season, and how they find a way to get over these mental hurdles that they have against some of your bigger teams. They've competed well against your Oak Ridges of the world, Campbell Counties and whatnot, but until they start winning those games, I mean, they're not going to go anywhere as a program. So they say they've got to find a way to get better and get over that hump. We'll see if they can do it.
Have a good one. Get some rest for the next 7 weeks.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
See you, bud. Go ahead, caller.
You're on the air there, buddy.
What you doing, buddy?
I'm just watching you and hearing brag about Oliver Springs a little less tonight, but
yeah, that's the mayor of Oliver Springs here, folks. He's calling in. He's tuned in.
He's got a good last name.
Tell Cox he might be kin to royalty there. He just wrong.
You might be kin to somebody there. I don't know.
Kin to royalty.
Oh, kin to royalty. Oh, he's talking about himself, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right. He's calling.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'd vote for you.
I heard that, Mayor.
Okay.
All right, buddy. Thanks for calling.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, see you, buddy.
Quick caller, you're on air.
Hello.
Going once, going twice.
I can hear them.
Yeah, you can't. Call back.
You know, Jesse brings up some good points always, but, you know, just the fact that he even brought up Anderson County being able to play Bearden this week, who's got a really good defense. You know, it sort of probably gets them a little ready and gets them where they need to be.
Yeah, but he's all about Anderson County, though.
He's all about it. I mean, and
he's a homer with him.
I took some messages a couple weeks ago about making some comments about Clinton, you know, being back and being better, you know, and Clinton and Anderson County people, they need to realize you can't even compare the two programs when you talk about them. Clinton being back is, you know, they're winning 5, 6, 7 ball games a year and they're being competitive. 3 or 4 years ago, they were bottom feeders. I mean, they were winning, 1, 2 games a year?
If that.
I mean, they're irrelevant.
Yeah.
You know, now they are winning a few ball games. The program's going the right direction. And, you know, then they question my concern for Anderson County when they played Elizabethan. At the time, Elizabethan had won, 1 ball game?
Yeah.
1-4. And Gavin No looked like he was hurt pretty bad on some film that we had been sent that night. And, you know, and I think, you know, if you're Anderson County fans, which outside of Fulton, I'm cheering for Anderson County because that's where I went. I like Davey. I like Jonathan. I think, you know, Ben Downs is a great guy, great principal. But I am concerned because the only championship that matters is the state championship. The 4 and 5 and 6-time region championship, that just don't do much for you. That just don't do, you know, if you're an Anderson County fan, it was cool when you won the first couple, but now you're trying to win the only championship that matters, and that's a state championship. And I was concerned after the Elizabethan game. I think a lot of people were concerned. If you go back and look at the way Anderson County played against Science Hill, they dominated that football game. And then they didn't play real good against Fulton. I think they're, you know, 6, 7 touchdowns better than Fulton. And then they didn't play really well against Ray County, and they struggled a little bit against Elizabethan. And I was, concerned. I want to see them play in Chattanooga for a state championship. I think they've had a lot of good teams. Last 8, 9 years?
Yeah,
been very good.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, and I want to see them get over the hump. And after the Elizabethan game, I was concerned. I mean, Gavin No did not look healthy from the video we were shown.
No, he did.
That night.
He did.
And, you know, you barely beat a 1-4 team that had played some good opponents, but you're still, you know, thinking, I thought Anderson County, if there was a line on that football game, they'd probably been a 14 to 16 point favorite. And I think that's just me telling you how good I think Anderson County is by saying that. So we're not taking anything away from anybody when we're talking about those two programs, but I think they're totally different.
Oh, no, they're at 2 different ends of the spectrum right now, one tier and one tier. And this one down here is trying to get up there where that one's at. So I don't know that they'll ever get there to that point. We'll see. Just have to see.
But time will tell. I mean, you know, like we're talking about, it goes in cycles. There was a day when, Cofield would just loved to have been able to beat Greenback.
Yep.
And Greenback was playing for state championships and, you know, dominating teams and all that stuff. So it'd be interesting to see Clinton's program in the next couple years. Is Keith a sophomore or junior?
Junior.
So
he's back next year for his senior year.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. So if you want to.
So anyway, quick caller, you're on the air.
Do you have a Harriman score?
Yes, Harriman was down. Hold on, I got it for you.
Said it there a minute ago. I don't remember what it was.
Greenback is up 32-7.
32-7, Greenback.
Yeah, that's sad. In that.
All right. Quick caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, Oak Ridge has got a tough away game next week.
So Oak Ridge got next week?
Dobbins Bennett.
Oh yeah, they do. That is correct. That's right. They got to go to DB next week and play that. That's a tough game for them. You're right. You're exactly right.
And they got to play Campbell County at home after week after that.
There's a lot of good games next week. As bad as the lineup was this week, it's that good next week.
Yeah.
I mean, think about Oak Ridge DB, Bearden, Anderson County, Powell Catholic.
Yeah, there's some good games. Well, that Powell Catholic game, I don't think will be a very good game because Catholic's not very good this year.
Is Catholic not very good, or is Catholic playing the best of the best?
Well, I don't know. I think they're not very good myself. That's how I'm going to classify it. You can do whatever you want. I just say they're not any good. All right, caller, thanks. See.
I agree with you.
And I knew Michael would agree with you, but I'll tell you this: Coach Mobbs is a great football coach, and Coach Mobbs at Catholic.
At Catholic.
And he's got a really talented football team, but
well, they've not.
You talking about chess versus checkers or whatever it is. I mean, you think about the teams he's playing in the size of schools: Macaulay, Baylor, NBA. I mean, those schools are. Those are large schools that have dominant football programs, and he's probably got about 600 and some kids over there. And that's a tough league to compete in.
It's what they asked for.
They're
where they asked to go.
No, it's and I think
getting exactly what they want, what they deserve. Too.
And I agree. I just don't know if there's enough talent to go around in our area for a Catholic to be dominant at that level.
Well, there was enough talent for Catholic to play over on the public side.
For sure.
And dominate like they dominated.
For sure.
But once they crossed over, then it become an equal playing field, and that talent's not as good as what's down in Nashville and every place else they've got to go play these. They got to go play these private teams. So I don't know.
It's like Webb. Webb's a good private school team for this area, but when they go play David Lipscomb here in the quarterfinals or semifinals, it's not even.
So we was talking about Maryville a minute ago. We said, all runs come to an end. They come to an end, and Maryville has took advantage of, they've won their fair share of state championships. They've took advantage of. There's been years when nobody thought they would win, and they did. So I just wonder, is Anderson County on the clock right now? Because eventually, all things come to an end, and you have a couple of downsized years before you don't get many opportunities as a high school coach. I don't care what it's in, whether it's in basketball, football, baseball, golf, whatever. You only have a run of so many years that you get those good athletes, and eventually you don't have them no more. So, let's put it this way: is Anderson County in a desperate way to win to get past Greenville this year? Is it desperate? Are we at that point?
I think this would be a great year for them to win, because I think Jesse said it best. I don't think Greenville is as good as they were last year or in years past. When Stanton Martin and when they were juniors and seniors, I'm not sure that Greenville those 2 years were not maybe the best team in the whole entire state.
A lot of people said
I think they
could compete at anywhere.
I watched them that Ballard senior year, and they would have beat Maryville. They'd have beat Oakland. They were that good. That timing did not work out. But this year, I think Anderson County is really, really good, and I think this will be a good year for them to take care of their opportunity. However,
the biggest question that I'm asked every day, and maybe twice on Sundays at church, is this a year for Anderson County, or is it another loss in the second or third round? And
I don't know.
I don't really know the answer to that question. I wish I did, because there's a lot of people up the road at AC would like to probably know the answer to that question if I knew it, but I don't know the answer. But I know it's on a lot of people's minds, and eventually it has to weigh on you just a little bit, and it has to start weighing on the kids a little bit too. So, let me tell you this. I agree with you 100% what you said about no, okay? Because when I seen that tape the first time, I've never seen him limp like that. I've never seen him. He looked like he was still very much injured to me. Do you jeopardize him?
It almost made me angry.
And I'm on the outside just looking in, and it doesn't really. I have no hatred for Anderson County, none whatsoever. Okay, I have none. I like Coach Gillum a lot up there, and I like Richie. I've known Richie for a long time. I think his son's a fine athlete. I thought his other son was a really good athlete. I liked what's Trey? Is that his name?
Yes.
I like both of them, and I think, but Coach Gillum's a really good football coach, and he's done a really good job up at AC. And the parents up there should really feel good about having him as their head football coach and turning their young men over to him, and because I don't think he's going to lead them astray in any way. But eventually, all that has to start weighing on you as a coach and as a player, and as just a fan base. Eventually you get tired of being known as that team that loses in the third round or the second round. That's all I'm saying. I wish they'd go ahead and get past it. Then maybe they get knocked out in the fourth round. Who knows? You don't know about that though. That's just it. When you've got that team, you better take advantage of that team you got. You better make sure you push all the buttons right and you do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you do it, because if you don't, there is no guarantee you'll be back next year. Anderson County is lucky. They can just say they're lucky to get back year after year after year. Shows one thing about the program they've built a really good program, but when you've got an opportunity to go knock the door down, you better knock the door down.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion on it, and I don't know nothing about football. All right?
Yeah, it's time sensitive. I mean, if you look back in 2007 when we went to the state champion to play, and you play Liberty, and Liberty beat you by 30. I mean, it's just you couldn't beat them. But then the next year, all of a sudden, you have that opportunity, and you got to take advantage of it. And I think that's kind of where Anderson County is. They've been beat by some really, really good football teams.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from Anderson County or other teams they played. You're right, 100%. Yeah. I agree with you 100%. But you've got to eventually knock the door down. You've got to eventually just go through that door and say, we're going to take it, and we're going to go on.
But I don't think they're going to go away. I think they do a really good job of marketing their program. I think they make the Friday night experience something that a lot of people want to be involved with. The other night, I had a buddy send me a video, or put on Facebook a video my kids got to run through with the team. And I'm good friends with him. My response was, who didn't? Because there was about 65, 70 kids running through there. But that's the experience. I mean, they want to be Mavs. I think that's what they've built up there, as people want to be part of that program.
Well, I think the thing you got to look at is there going to be a year or two where you're not going to have that stud coming out of the feeder program, to where you have a couple years to where you go from really being a really good team to you're just a really good average team.
Yeah, I mean,
does the program start to take a downhill dive? I didn't hear much this. And somebody else might know this and call in and set me straight on it. I didn't hear a lot of talk this year about Richie's middle school team. There's always a lot of buzz about North's middle school team, and you always hear some names, and I didn't hear very much talk this year about the middle school. Not saying they didn't have a good year.
Yeah.
I don't know that they didn't have a good year, but I know there's always been some talk. Hey, this is a name you need to remember. This name, I remember hearing all these names as they're coming up, and, that's what you have to wonder about. So, 483-8112. I'll tell you, let's jump out and take another break, and we'll be right back just in a few minutes here on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
of talk about the risks associated with the COVID-19 vaccine. But the reality is, it's safer than being tackled by a Tennessee Titan. Give it a shot. Find a free vaccine appointment today at covid19.tn.gov.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
Beautiful yards make a statement. And beautiful yards come from Simplicity Mowers. Their exclusive free-floating mower decks with full-width rollers track the contours of your yard for a perfect cut. So visit your neighborhood Simplicity dealer today and start the conversation about your lawn. Simplicity, the way to a beautiful lawn.
On-site care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-site care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, on-site care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-site care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roan County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Football is back, and OAB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense. Call OAB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. Folks, if you need some insurance, you need to see a doctor, get a hold of these people and let them help you out. They possibly can help you out. We appreciate their sponsorship. Again, for the second year, and we appreciate our sponsor. Lets us have the lights on down here and allows us to be able to sit up here and give you great knowledge about high school football from Hayes.
So still some of the games going on tonight. Heritage 16, Sevier County 13 for the men to go in the fourth quarter. Sevier County's won a lot of low-scoring close games this year. This is they had a power outage.
Well,
have you ever been to a game with a power outage?
Yeah, Campbell County.
At Campbell County?
At Campbell County.
Who got the lights back on?
Referee. He climbed a light pole. I don't know if you've ever paid attention to their light poles up there. I don't know if you've ever paid any attention to them. They're up there, too. I mean, they're up there.
Because they're down below the hill.
Yeah, they're up there.
Yeah.
They're up there. I mean, it's a climb. They're up there. He went up, whatever he done, and it worked. Come back down, went back on the field, finished calling again.
So he'd have been a dead man if he'd have failed.
Oh, dead man ain't the word. We don't even want to talk about it. I seen that same official I seen that same official. I was standing on the Anderson County sideline. I was really, your dad was there too. He was standing on the sideline too. He was coach. I stand on the sideline. I seen him get rocked. When I say rocked, I mean with rocks. At Scott County, they rocked him. I mean, he had thrown a couple flags against Scott County. They rocked him. And they told him, you bury that flag, because if you throw another, it won't be rocks. He never threw a flag the rest of the night. That's the truth. That's truth. They rocked him. I mean, handfuls of rocks that were pelting him. They did. That's truth. That's a true story.
Same official.
Same official.
He should have went up the light pole.
He should have. You're right. Exactly right. I agree with you 100% on that. He should have climbed the light pole up there, too, man.
Another score, so Knoxville Catholic goes down to Pope John Paul, and Hendersonville loses 42-35.
Wow.
I'm telling you, boys, that's a different league.
Well, you know, you ask for it, you get what you ask for. You don't play the big boys? Welcome. Come on. Hey, come on. The water's warm. Get on in here. And, you know, they've got to see the water's warm. You know, it's real warm, you know. Come on in here. Get on in here and get you some of this.
Well, since we don't have many calls, let's start talking college football. We might be able to get home at a decent hour tonight.
I don't even know what time is it.
It's 11 o'clock.
Is it 11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay.
So first off, let's talk about the LSU game.
Well, you know, you've not been here 2 weeks, so you don't even know what's been going. You don't even know what's been going on. I bet you ain't. You know, you say you don't get much TV where you live. Apparently, you must live out in the boondocks somewhere. Oh, you live over in Powell. You're over there.
I got YouTube TV. I don't get that rivalry channel.
You're over there with the rich people over in Powell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're over
37849, or wherever the money is.
Yeah, you're over where the money is at. So I figured, you know, you'd be.
I'm so high dollar. I live beside a school.
I got so much money I don't get cable out there.
They don't even get cable out there. I like that's a pretty good quote. You don't even get cable. There's plenty of ways for you to watch that program. Oh, I didn't tell you something at the break. We're gonna have to take another break here in just a minute. I gotta tell you something. This will get you fired up when I tell you this. This will. I've done told you some stuff.
As long as you're not running scores up on people tonight, I'll be all right. I left Fulton not a happy man.
Yeah, we're not.
Hayes heard about it for about 15 minutes.
We're not running the scores up on people. I never have really believed in that. Really.
I don't believe in having starters in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes to go at 42. I'm not gonna get my soapbox. So what about Tennessee playing LSU and dominating the way they did? Did you all see that coming? I didn't get to hear your prediction.
No, I don't know that anybody saw that coming the way it went down. Yeah. I think a lot of people thought Tennessee could go down and be competitive with LSU. I really thought LSU was probably going to be the best team that Tennessee had played so far. Defensively,
yeah,
I thought it would be one of the best team they had played so far. Take Florida out of the equation, take Pitt out of it. I thought LSU was probably the better opponent. Don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's really a true statement.
Don't you think Tennessee's looking at a 10-win season at worst?
Maybe. You know, there's some games on.
Or does that Kentucky game scare you?
Yeah, there's 2 games that really scares me, and they probably would. Most Tennessee fans would probably agree. They always scare you. When you still got Kentucky and Vanderbilt on your schedule, you never know what's going to happen.
Gosh.
Vanderbilt could stay. Listen, Tennessee's lost to Vanderbilt before, and they shouldn't have. Now, there's no way. You could take who did you say the number 1 team was in private right now, Montgomery Bell Academy?
Them or McCauley, but yeah.
Well, you could take one of them 2 teams and probably play Vanderbilt right now, and they probably wouldn't blow them out. But, you know, could they beat Tennessee this year? Nothing would surprise me with the Big Orange.
I mean, the last time Vandy beat Tennessee in a meaningful game, you had probably the worst coach in the history of Tennessee football, Butch Jones. He did less with more than any coach we've had in a long time. You had Alvin Kamara, you had Josh Dobbs, and they go to Vandy and lose. If they win that game, they're in the Sugar Bowl. Thank goodness they lost and that clown's out of here. But, I mean, I really think at worst you're going to go 10-2 this year. Now that it's scored unplayed, I think you go 10-2 at worst, and you're playing in a New Year's Six Bowl. If you win tomorrow, I think the pressure really gets amped up on the Vols, and it'd be interesting to see if they can hold serve and just lose to Georgia. Just lose to Georgia and hold serve the remaining of the year.
You know, everybody's saying even if Tennessee loses tomorrow, they still have a chance to be in that Final Four group.
I think it's a terrible draw by losing tomorrow. Because why is it a bad draw? If they lose tomorrow and they still get in the Final Four, that means they've had to go to Georgia and win. If you go to Georgia and win, who do you have to play in the SEC title game? Nick Saban.
Possibly, if he gets there. Maybe Mississippi State gets it.
Maybe. I'll be there.
Oh.
I'm going to the Mississippi State-Alabama game. I'll be there. I'll be cheering for Mississippi State.
Maybe maybe that happens.
I'm all in. That'd be an awesome game to go see and watch. But, I mean, I'm serious. I think winning tomorrow really could set up the Vols. And I don't know if they can pull it off because the amount of pressure that will be on this football team to win out or just lose to Georgia will be something that has not been experienced around Knoxville.
Well, let's say this, okay? How many times? Let's make this comment here. I'll make this comment here. How many times has Tennessee went into this game and the expectations be that Tennessee was going to win? How many times has Tennessee went in this game?
But really, in the last 15 years, have you thought they'd beat them?
Well, we might have to go back further than 15 years to go with my theory here. But how many times? How many times have you thought Tennessee was going to beat Alabama?
Early 2000s would be the last time.
This is going to be the year. This is going to be the year. This is going to be the year. This is going to be the year.
I don't know that we've. Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know that.
I mean, Lane Kiffin a few years ago goes to Alabama, gives a really, I think Alabama blocks the field goal at the end.
That's the last time we've outcoached them.
Keep them from whatever was going to happen. I don't remember if it's going to be a tie or.
No, we had a chance.
We had a chance to win it, didn't we?
Yeah, we had a chance to win it. Cody blocked the field goal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So how many times?
Yeah.
There's. I can hear it. I can hear people talking about it right now. I guarantee there'll be 100,000 people there, well, minus the Alabama fans that are there. Ever how many that'll be. And there's not a one of them doesn't think Tennessee doesn't have a chance tomorrow to win that game big.
I've got a buddy that's a really good, he's a really big Alabama fan. He's a good buddy of mine. And he said this is the first time. He said, and he keeps up with this. He sends me a text about every week on how many thousands of days it's been, And so he said, this is the first time I've been at Neyland Stadium in probably 10 times that I think Tennessee has a chance to beat us.
If Bryce Young does not play tomorrow, it's a bigger chance.
Agree with you, 100%.
I got Captain's Obvious here beside me. Best player in college football doesn't play, then Tennessee's got a chance. Well, no crap.
They still got a chance. Best chance they've had in years.
I don't know that he's the best player in college football.
I don't either.
You don't?
No.
Who's better, Hendon Hooker?
No, I didn't say Hendon Hooker. You don't put words in my mouth.
That quarterback in Texas is pretty good, too.
Well, no, but the quarterback at Ohio State's pretty good. I know there's different competition, but he's pretty good. He's pretty good, too. I don't even know that Bryce Young, even if he is a finalist for the Heisman again this year, if he repeats, I don't think he repeats.
And I shouldn't say
today. I don't think he repeats.
I shouldn't say he's the best player in college football because he's not even the best player on his team.
No,
Willie Anderson's the best player.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's the best player on Alabama's football team. But, it doesn't seem like Alabama is as deep. To me, it doesn't anyway. Maybe to that Alabama fan that he might be able to say, yeah, we're 5 deep at every position, and the first 4 are all 5 stars, and the fifth one's a 4-star.
Yeah.
And can start for any SEC school, here. So it just doesn't seem like I'm not too impressed. I'll tell you something else I'm not too impressed with. I'm not too impressed with Alabama's defensive coordinator. I'm not too impressed with him.
Saban be taking that over soon.
Yeah. And I don't know that I'm really impressed with their offensive coordinator, even though he's coached at Penn State and he was at, the Texans for a while. He destroyed the Texans. When they give him all that authority there for everything, he destroyed it. I mean, he flat out destroyed the Houston Texans. Flat out destroyed them.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, my God.
See, and I think Hendon Hooker is having a great year. I think if he wins tomorrow, he goes to be the leader for the Heisman Trophy. Is it J.T. Barrett?
Yeah, J.T. Yes. Yeah. Who's at Ohio State?
J.T. Barrett.
J.T. something.
But the good news is that Josh Heupel has Tennessee football going in a direction that is easy to support them, and they can go score points. They can win any game they play because they can score a lot of points. I mean, they just went down there the other day to LSU, and it was like, good luck. You ain't going to stop me. Good luck. So
it'll be interesting tomorrow to see if Tennessee plays normal Tennessee football. The only thing that scares me, he done this a little bit at LSU. He's doing this stuff in the fourth quarter where he wants to let the play clock run all the way down, and you have to call a timeout or you take a delay. I don't understand why he's doing that. Why not just go ahead and play like we played the whole game? And, you know, if you wind up scoring 60 points, you score 60 points.
Yeah.
You just have to take it and go with it. But that's going to cost him. I wonder if they jump out tomorrow, if he don't take his foot off the gas a little bit, and it winds up catching because I don't, so.
Don't you think his mentality would change tomorrow, though? Because when you're playing Alabama, they're always in the game. LSU could have scored 20 points against him if they had to.
It better change tomorrow, because if it doesn't, I think that'll cost them the ball game.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I think they're favored tomorrow by 7.5 or 6.5.
7.5 points. Alabama's favored.
Alabama's favored?
Yes.
I thought Tennessee was favored tomorrow. I'm sorry.
No, Alabama by 7.5.
I didn't see
and it was
that.
14.5 to start the season.
I thought I heard Tennessee
Week
was
1 of the
favored
season,
tomorrow.
you know, the projected lines they do, Alabama was a 2-touchdown favorite. Now they're a 1-touchdown favorite. Yeah.
When's the last time that happened? Just been one touchdown.
It's been big. I mean, I did read an article on that. I think the average line over the last 10 years has been like 17 points, 18 points maybe it was.
Once again, I'll say what I said when we was talking about Anderson County. If tomorrow Tennessee has the opportunity to win, they better win, because you don't know when the next time you're going to be at the payout window to collect the cash to play against Alabama. You better take advantage of it, and you better do it decisively too.
Yeah.
You know,
you take one more commercial break.
Yeah,
come back.
We'll take another break. Hey, let's take another break here on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard, and we'll be right back.
You call your agent with a simple question, only to get sent to voicemail again. We pick up the phone. Did you get this? Hello, this is Sam. How can I help you? Like I said, we pick up the phone because it's ringing. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Hello, this is Sam.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Your local Ferris dealer is S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood. Call 865-354-0600.
Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
On-Site Care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-Site Care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Oh, man.
Welcome back to the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard. Oh, man, you guys ain't right. I'm telling you, you're not right. But
New inventor of football.
483-8112. Give us a call if you still want to talk about high school. We know there's a lot of local teams tonight not playing. They had tonight off. They had to buy a week this week. It's back full tilt next Friday night. Man, there's the next 2 weeks. There's some big-time games that's going to tell a lot about some programs, whether they're non-region or region games. I mean, Oak Ridge goes to Dobbins-Bennett next week. Huge game. Just a huge game. I think you said Anderson County and Bearden hook up. Huge game. Bearden, a much improved football team. This time last year, Bearden, I don't know if they won a game last year, did he?
Yeah, Bearden had a really good defense last year, but they only won like 4 or 5 ball games.
Just won a few ball games. They didn't win many. I mean, much improved Bearden football team this year. So be a big test for AC. We'll see what they're able to do. I think there's some region. I think there's some region games too. A big game right here in this area will be Coalfield and Oliver Springs. That should be a barn burner. You know, they're only separated by about 5 miles. You can start Friday morning and probably walk to Coalfield and get there in plenty of time for the game. If that's where it's at, I don't even know where it's at, but.
Either way.
Maybe the mayor down in Oliver Springs, if it's at Coalfield, somebody give him a ride to get down there. I don't want him to walk. So.
He told me he's got a sideline pass for me if I show up down there.
Where at? Oz?
Oz.
He don't even go on the sidelines himself.
That's what he told me.
He sets up right underneath the press box there. He's right up against the press box.
It's like club level.
He's there, man. I used to go out and sit with him at halftime all the time. That's how I got to.
All right, I'm going to put you all on the spot here.
Put us on the spot.
Oak Ridge DB, who you got?
DB.
Oak Ridge DB.
DB.
I mean, Oak Ridge didn't impress me. I went and watched them play Greenville, man. Golly, you know, they fumbled.
Was Oak Ridge just maybe beat up that week and didn't have all their players back, or was Greenville that good?
They had a kid that was out the whole year, the Hayward kid.
He came back.
But he like muffed the punt right off the bat.
But Greenville's good.
Greenville's good. I don't know if Anderson County beat Greenville. I'll just go on the record and say it.
Wow. Good. They get on your Facebook page this week, not mine.
I don't have no Facebook. They can't get on mine and get on me, so they have to get on somebody else. So.
I don't ever log on, but I was told I needed to.
They can call me if they want to. They might not like what's on
Bearden, Anderson County. I'll let you go first.
Bearden, Anderson County. I'm gonna take Anderson County.
That's a toss-up.
Well, that's why we're asking you.
Bearden playing some good football, but I don't know. If Anderson County lets Bearden do what Elizabethton do too, I'll tell you, Josh Jones ain't gonna go for it. He can kick a field goal. So I'll take Anderson County.
Anderson County. Powell Catholic. I'll start with you, Michael.
I'll take Powell. I don't know if Catholic will win another football game. They got to play NBA last game of the year. I know they won't beat them.
You'll take Powell as well?
Yeah, I don't think Catholic will beat them. Now, not last the coach holds the quarterback out for some reason, trying to get him more healthier than what he is. But they say he's about as close to being healthy as he's going to be.
I think they want to beat Catholic.
Okay,
well, they've not beat him. I think they want to beat him.
Then he plays him, and I think if Powell's quarterback plays and he's not held out to try to get a little better for down the stretch, then it's Powell. If it's without him, it's Catholic. I don't know how much or anything like that, but that's the scenario. Sure will be the same way tomorrow with Alabama and Tennessee. If Alabama's quarterback plays, it's a close ball game. If not, Tennessee could run away with that thing and run away. When I say run away with it, I mean run away with it big. You want to see Nick Saban unhappy? Let him walk out there tomorrow and he's beat 48 or 50 something to 20. You don't think he won't be chapped?
Mississippi State will be in trouble.
Yeah, they will. I'd give anything if we could get the Mississippi State coach here on a Friday night.
We just need to get him on the air.
Yeah.
We just need to get him on the air.
I really think it'd be comical.
Next Friday night, we need to see if he'll be on the air. He'll be on his hotel. I think
it was last week they asked him at the end of the game to give this girl marriage advice.
It was great.
It was great.
I see where Marty Smith from ESPN was asking about coffee. He said, coffee's terrible anyway. Just take it a sip at a time.
He's great.
Else, man.
He's great. When we get down here, I'll tell you a couple stories on the way to the car that Deshaun has told us, but they're great. I mean, he's beautiful.
What about Maryville West?
Maryville West, yeah. Who you like there?
I'll take West. I think West is probably as good as advertised.
West. Fulton Farragut. Who you going with, Michael?
I'll go with Fulton. I'll never go against him.
Ooh. Hey, what's it say about picking with your heart and your head?
Yeah. Ron Berry used to tell me, don't pick with your heart, pick with your brain, dummy. I'd always pick.
You got Farragut?
Yeah. I'm not gonna get blackballed from there. I can tell you that. I can tell you that for a fact. So.
We did try to set you up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Fulton.
Fulton.
Yeah.
All right, and last but not least, since we have no one calling in, we'll sort of go out on this. Alabama, Tennessee. What's your final score tomorrow? Who's going to win?
Like I said, I think the Milroy, I think if he plays, it's a toss-up. I don't think he's that good. They're backup, but if Bryce Young plays, and I say Alabama wins, I say it's close, maybe 10-point game.
So you're thinking that Bama wins tomorrow?
Yeah.
If Bryce Young plays.
If Bryce Young plays. Now, if he don't play, it's a toss-up. Like David said, Tennessee could run away with it like they did. I mean, LSU is a bloodbath down there.
Well, you're right. It was a bloodbath down at LSU, and I don't really think anybody thought that game would be that close. Nobody thought that game would be that close. That's just being honest about the whole ordeal. I don't think anybody thought it'd be that close. That's including myself.
I'm helping Peyton Manning tomorrow. That's the surprise he's got. I'll be out there helping him on College Game Day. So.
You're helping Peyton Manning tomorrow?
Yeah, College Game Day gets bigger.
Before we get on Peyton Manning, hold on. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think the game?
We're gonna have to take another commercial on that one.
Helping Peyton.
Well, you're not helping much. I'll say that.
Better than helping Packer.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Here's the boss. We better get it together.
Man, you're not Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
We've had fun tonight. Yeah, we found out that the only reason Deshaun Bishop got to Coastal Carolina was because of Austin Price.
Yeah, he got him there.
Jamie didn't even know who he was.
Yeah, he got him there, though.
So what do you think? Tennessee, Alabama tomorrow. I want to hear your prediction.
Well, I think Tennessee might win tomorrow.
Okay.
Notice how I said that?
Might.
Might win tomorrow. I don't, really, would I be shocked tomorrow if Tennessee got beat by 30? No. Would I be shocked tomorrow if Tennessee wins by 3 or 20? No. That's just how Tennessee treats you as a fan. They break your heart either way. If you pick them, they break your heart. If you don't pick them, they break your heart. So that's how the game goes tomorrow. I think Tennessee's got to play a flawless game tomorrow, all levels. Tennessee's defense has got a little bit better. I don't know if that one kid's going to play tomorrow that's got some charges up pending on him. There's nobody said if he's going to play. The assault charges he's got up, nobody said if he's going to play tomorrow. I'll tell you what, I bet he plays tomorrow.
Somebody comes in your house, what are you going to do?
Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same thing he probably did.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's how that went down. That's what everybody says, but we'll have to see. But I think Tennessee's got to play a perfect game tomorrow. If Alabama's quarterback doesn't play, or if he only plays and he's only 80%, I still think Tennessee's got a chance to win with him playing at 80%. But if he doesn't play, I think their chances of Tennessee winning tomorrow go up by 40 or 50% tomorrow.
40.
Here's what'll be interesting. Who will the game day folks pick to win the game tomorrow between Tennessee and Alabama?
As long as Desmond Howard doesn't pick Tennessee, we got a chance.
Well,
he's
that's what
terrible.
I'm saying. Who will Desmond Howard pick?
Yeah, he's
Who
terrible.
will they got some new guy on there now.
Pat McAfee, ain't it?
Pat McAfee.
Got him on there.
I've not watched College Game Day since I was in school.
I don't know why
Lee Corso's been sick, ain't he?
Lee Corso's been sick.
So did you all know that Lee Corso fell? And I watched this. It was right down in front of me. When game day, if you know, Lee Corso missed the Saturday after the last 2 Saturdays.
Yeah.
As he was running down the sideline, when Hooker made that long run against Florida up the sideline and got hit late out of bounds. If y'all remember that.
Yeah.
He was trying to move as fast as he could down the sideline. And Tennessee has brick on their sideline. And then they've got those things that cover up the wires. You step over. He trips over one of those and hits his face on the brick that day. 25 rows right down in front of me. Comes up bleeding down the side of his face. The police officer has to take him over to medical staff at UT to get his face to stop bleeding. And I'm sure he's on blood thinner. And he's not been back. He's not been back yet. Was he back last week? I don't watch the show.
No, he was not there.
Hasn't been back since.
You're gonna have to start watching the show.
I need to.
It'd be interesting to see who all they pick tomorrow. It'd be interesting to see how
I
they
won't
pick.
know. I'll be at baseball.
I don't know if David Pollock will pick them. I don't know if he's been picking or not. I'm not. But it'll be interesting to see who they all pick tomorrow to see how it comes out with Tennessee. There'll be somebody on that. You think
Yeah, I think Alabama wins 40-31. 42-31 Alabama.
Yeah, people talk about the Peyton curse, but he was at LSU.
Was he?
Yeah.
They said he was at Florida.
And I'm going to ask both of y'all a
too.
question, and we can shut her down because we're going to start talking about Peyton Manning for a second. Is Peyton Manning, you think he's broke or just loves being in the spotlight?
You mean I think he's broke money-wise?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's broke.
Do you think he just loves being in the spotlight that much? I mean, he does College Bowl. He does Monday Night Football.
I think he just takes advantage while he's got it. I think he just.
You think,
while the iron's hot, you take advantage of it.
so you think him making another $1.5 million doing the College Bowl is really going to set him up for retirement a little better?
I don't think it sets him up any better. It just maybe sets kids up, maybe.
I mean, I just don't know if there's a difference once you make a certain amount of money if another $1 million is going to do anything for you.
Sometimes I think you get to a point you've got more money than you could spend, your kids could spend, or
Yeah.
their kids could spend. Maybe that's what he's trying to achieve, is where his kids won't have to worry about it. Neither he'll be.
And
sad.
I like Peyton. I know you're not a fan of Peyton. I like
No,
Peyton.
I'm not. I'm
But
not
you know,
a
I
Peyton
just
fan.
I wonder. He does the Monday night show. He does a College Bowl. He does. He just does some odd stuff. Still does commercials. I don't know.
He does a lot of commercials.
A lot of commercials.
He does a lot of commercials. But they say he does a lot of things to help people out too. So maybe maybe he's using some of that to do some good things for people. I don't really know. So, but. No, I think if you got an opportunity to go make it, you better go make it while you can, because eventually that well dries up.
I figured he's made so much money he couldn't dry that well up.
Well, I
wrong.
think when I say dry the well, I mean the opportunities to go out and do all this, do these different things like on ESPN and this and that.
Because did ESPN or somebody offer him to do like an analyst like Romo and Aikman? Didn't they offer him just bundles of money.
I don't think it was ESPN. I think it was
Fox, wasn't it?
Fox, I think, tried to get him, and he flat out turned. But you could also be like the old guy from New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees. He did it 1 year, and he said
he hated it.
This is not for me. I'm not doing this. He wasn't that good at it neither. You don't know if Peyton would be that good at it neither. So
Tony Romo is.
Tony Romo's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
He's pretty good at it. I don't mind listening to him. I tell you, who's the quarterback? I think he was at Baylor and went to Washington.
Robert Griffin.
Robert Griffin. He calls a pretty good college game.
Does he?
He's a pretty good color analyst on college football.
I'd rather listen to Packer and Price than those two guys tomorrow on CBS. They downplay Tennessee every time they play them.
Oh, them two guys are homers for the others. It don't matter who Tennessee.
Yeah,
Tennessee could be playing.
They're homers, man.
They're homers, man. You're right. I'd rather them play I'd rather them play at 10 o'clock in the morning and get somebody besides them two. Because when you're going to get the 3:30 game, that's who you're going to get. That's who the announcers are going to be.
That's when you want to play.
That's when you want to play too, but that's who the announcers is going to be for sure. So, what'd you say you thought Tennessee to lose by tomorrow?
42-31.
42-31.
Yeah. 42-31.
I was trying to think. I heard Jim Harris say today what he thought, 41 to something. I don't remember what he said.
I just don't think they're ready. I don't know that they're ready to play at the level that Alabama's going to come in here and play tomorrow. Alabama played bad last week, and I don't know they can play bad twice in 2 weeks.
While we're talking college, Texas A&M. You think their coach is in trouble?
Yes, for sure.
They're going to fire him?
You don't spend the money they have and win 6 games.
Yeah, they've spent a lot, haven't they?
Yep.
Players and
Yep.
Yeah,
and him. And him. And did you all hear Nick Saban analyze and go over the last play that they ran? That Texas A&M ran and what his defense was looking for?
I know he said Texas A&M should have won the ball game.
He basically went through every offensive player and what they were going to do, and every one of his defensive players and what they were going to do. And basically, when they lined up in that formation, he knew they weren't going to score. I mean, that's what he says. He said, once they lined up here, I knew these 2 inside guys were trying to run out routes. I knew if they run the ball to the right, this guy had the run covered, and this linebacker had this guy covered. He said, basically, when they lined up like that, I knew we had the perfect defense called.
I mean, is that the best play they had in that scenario?
They scored a touchdown on the same play. But a different, the same formation, but a different set of routes.
I don't think you could guess that they scored.
No, he wasn't in it. 2 yards short at least.
You have to find the video. It was special. He went over the whole thing.
Is Nick Saban the best college football coach ever?
I mean, in my era, I don't know anybody that's been better. I mean, when I was growing up, I thought Steve Spurrier was really good, and then Urban Meyer was good. I mean, he's been good, but Saban, I mean, I don't know, maybe about in your era. I mean, I don't remember Bear Bryant.
I remember Bear Bryant.
Bear Bryant had 150 kids on the sideline, too.
Yeah, it was unlimited back then. You had unlimited. I just wonder if you go way back, if you would consider Nick Saban the best coach at Alabama ever. That puts him up with Bear. Stallings down there wasn't a bad football coach.
I mean, the guy's won, 6 national championships in the last 12 years?
He's won a bunch.
14 years.
So many at Alabama, one at LSU.
Well, did he win one at LSU?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he won one at LSU.
I don't know anybody.
I mean, for the last 4 or 5 years, they played either for national.
There it is. Nick Saban learned. He literally goes over the whole entire play. And without saying it,
This guy said if Nick Saban learned the buttons, I believe he would be the greatest Madden player our society has ever seen.
He goes over this thing, and you're wondering, like, wow, how does he know that? I mean, it was amazing. So it was.
Well, things happen, man. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yep,
wait
good.
a minute. You won't get the game at your house, so you won't get to see it.
No, I'll be on an airplane.
Plane down to. I think he's taking a trip next week or something.
I'll be on an airplane.
Well, I'd rather be watching the game if you're going to Disney than going to Disney with you. I don't care to tell you, okay?
I love Disney.
What do you love about Disney?
My kids love it.
He's probably a season pass holder.
I know some people who are. They go a lot, man.
I can't afford that.
What's that cost? Big bucks.
I'd say $1,500, $2,000 per pass.
You live over in that rich neighborhood in Powell, you're right at it, man. You're over
You got
there.
so much money, they only offer cable. Remember that?
Yeah, they only offer you cable over there. Yeah, you're just right on the set where the show's being done.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here and close it up, was there any upsets tonight that we know of? Anybody get upset?
Bearden win over Cleveland, and Heritage win, Sevier County. That's the biggest two.
Upset, isn't it?
Yeah, the biggest two upsets tonight were, I think the Bearden-Cleveland game was a toss-up, and then I think Sevier County losing to Heritage. Yeah. I mean, if you went and listened to that video on Twitter, you'd know why those kids at Heritage are winning.
I think Alcoa's got a tough game next week, too.
Who?
Tyner.
Oh, come on.
I don't think that's push over. Tyner's 8-0.
They ain't played Alcoa.
True, but Tyner.
I don't think it's just a walk in the park.
I'll give you Tyner and 20 points.
I was trying to think who Tyner played tonight. Who did Tyner play tonight? I think they were. I'm trying to think who it was.
I know. I learned all about that region about 4 or 5 years ago.
What'd you learn about it?
It ain't no good.
It ain't no good. All right.
Well, let's see. I think Tyner.
I'll give you Tyner and 20 next week for Jackie's dream.
Tyner played. Who did they play tonight?
No, we did not. Have you seen it?
Yes.
And there's nothing, a lot of people's asked me, where's this team going to be? Where's this team going to be? TSSAA is that no, they're not anywhere near picking cutoffs and starting.
What do they think they're going to be in 3A football? Oh, they're even going down. I mean, you can do the math. I mean, you can kind of guess at it. I mean, I'd only looked at a couple, and I think it's funny. And I looked at this. My dad actually brought this up at work the other day in the warehouse, and I started looking at it. I think Clinton football is going to be 5A, and I think Anderson County football is going to be 4A. I mean, just by quick math, take the top, 64, throw them out of there, start doing some math, and I think Clinton could be one of the smallest schools in 5A, and I think Anderson County could be one of the biggest schools in 4A.
Yes, Clinton's going to be the fourth, probably like the fourth smallest school in 5A. They're really close to being. It depends on where the numbers come. It could even be closer than. It could be closer than what everybody thinks it's going to be, or it could be further away.
For some reason, I counted. I thought there was going to be like 2 or 3.
Well, see, I'm just looking at it right now. I'm not taking anything in. If you just did it today and did it the way it has been, they'd be like number 4.
But
they could be 3 or 2, either one.
Yeah.
With a.
Yeah.
So Kingston is.
I mean, if you look at it right there, Rockwood's at 364. I mean, I didn't go all the way down. I was just trying to figure out some 5A, 4A stuff, to be honest with you. But.
Well, Wartburg is 2A and 3A3.
Yeah. And they didn't change. So 364 might be the biggest single A school. What's Coalfield's enrollment? 160. Oh yeah, 160. Sorry, I can read. I just can't see.
They lost 2 kids.
Man, so Rockwood would have 2 times the amount of kids and be single A. I just know that I do know this before we go home. There is no way that we should have 4 classifications in basketball. That's what I know.
What does it say, Clinton?
1134.
1134 plus 9.
Yep, 1042. I was surprised.
What's that? Is that?
Minus 72.
The Anderson County's down 72.
Yeah. Yeah, I wondered how they went down so much. That's a big jump. Yeah.
And Oak Ridge.
That's almost,
Oak Ridge just went up 53.
That's 7.
Oak Ridge could be in 6A next year.
They are going to be 6A.
They are going to be 6A next year?
For sure.
Because they were the largest 5A.
Yeah.
1496.
I seen it. I think it's Collierville in Memphis. They got the most kids anywhere. They got 2,900.
And there's Campbell County. Campbell County's come down too.
So Anderson County went down
83.
7% in enrollment. What if they lost those kids at private schools or just big senior class graduated?
Maybe. You never know.
That's a lot.
So when it all plays out, though, but you
Big freshman class.
Yeah.
you still when it all plays out, then after they've got numbers, then they got 2 weeks to give everybody a chance to play up or wherever they're going to go. So you still don't know really what all's going to happen and what's going to move things around. So.
Well, the good news is I think that I'm excited about is, from my understanding, there's a really good chance that Alcoa is going to go play 4A football
Next year?
Yeah.
What? Don't they play up to 3A right now?
They do.
No, they are actually 3A.
They are.
So,
They're legitimate 3A.
But,
so now
yeah.
they might be able to decide to play up and play 4A football.
Yeah. No, I think after this year they will be. I think they're going to go to 4 from everything that I've been told. And the reason why is because more competitive region, more competitive playoffs, and a lot less travel. Yeah.
That makes sense on all that.
And if you think about Alcoa, and I'm not saying anything about it.
Greenville move up to 5A.
No, Greenville.
Man, wouldn't that be a game, Alcoa and Greenville?
I don't think Coach Spradlin's running from anybody.
What's what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just said it'd be a good game.
Oh, yeah. That's a great 3rd, 4th round playoff game. Yeah. Yeah, but I do think you'll see some Knox County schools, if they can get the opportunity to bump to 5. I don't think they'll be shy about going to 5. If you remember, back when Fulton went to 5A, the reason they went to 5 is because Carter, Gibbs, Halls, and all those schools bumped up to stay away from them. Right. And then Fulton bumped up and
Just so they wouldn't have travel.
went up travel. Yeah.
Well, travel's got to play a big part in it, the way fuel is.
If Rockwood goes down, Greenback will probably move to the other region.
Because of travel and where they're, yeah. But no, the out.
So Rockwood thinks they're going to be playing down next year in 1A.
And Oneida will be 2A in basketball, all other sports.
Who will be? Oneida.
And they got thumped tonight again too, I think. Oneida did. The Tony minus the Tony Lambert era is not doing too good.
It's not been as good, has it?
It's not been as good, has it? So.
No. Well.
All right, folks, we appreciate all that did call tonight. And next week, like I said, it's a full gen. Where's your game next week? Cofield or Oliver Springs? It's at Cofield. At Cofield?
At Cofield.
Well, if you go home from work and you see the mayor from Oliver Springs walking to Cofield, pick him up. Don't let him walk that dangerous highway. You get run over down there. He said
Highway
he's.
62 is worst highway in the world.
I know you talk about it all the time. There's always wrecks on it and fatalities too. So don't let him walk. But he's hopped up. He's called 2 weeks in a row, Brad, and talked about the Bobcats. And he sent a message to me. If I didn't start giving him some love, he's going to pay me a visit. So I had to start sharing a little love about Oliver Springs. I didn't know I was really on them that bad because I like Oliver Springs myself. But a little disappointed tonight that Christy didn't call. But she called last week. Maybe she just calls once every year now. Maybe the way they used to call 2 or 3 times a night on Friday night. Her and JR. But who's AC got Bearden next week? Is that at Bearden or AC? Do you know? AC?
At AC.
At AC. That'll be a big game. Clinton, I'm not for sure where they're at. Could be at Carnes.
Yes, last year they played Carnes at home.
They'll be at Carnes.
That's week 11.
Is that week
That was
11?
week
Okay,
11.
it'll be Gibbs then. It's at Gibbs. Is it Gibbs? So
Well,
Clinton
it's
don't
not
play
at
home.
Gibbs. It's not
at
going to be
Central.
at
It's
Gibbs.
Gibbs, it's
It might be a Central or
So
Powell.
Clinton, don't,
Central, I forgot they played the
Okay.
so Clinton don't play at home again? Are they through?
No, they had senior night last week when we were there.
Well, they're 4-4 with only 2 left, and it's Gibbs and Carnes.
Well,
Anyway,
they're going to end up 6-4, have 2 consecutive winning seasons, and not make the playoffs, either one of them.
it's all right, but you just got to look what it was,
Oh,
what
yeah.
it used to be, and how much improvement has been made, and maybe you get over the hump eventually. So we'll be right back here next Friday night on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard, and we'll either talk how much Tennessee won by Saturday, or we'll move on to the next game with them. And I don't know if best official in Little League will be back with us or not. He just comes when he wants to. You don't think?
Shaves.
Not till he shaves. He ain't gonna shave.
Shave November here in a minute.
Oh Lord.
Anything's better than Packer though.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see you here next Friday night on the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. And be sure to catch your game of the week. That'll be a doozy of a game, Oliver Springs and Coalfield. Yeah, go Vols. We'll see you next week.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
On-Site Care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-Site Care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We built our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OAB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OAB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible.
We are the Harriman High School cheerleaders here at ORUD warming up for tonight's big game.
Yes, we are. Are you proud to be a devil? Yes, we are. Are you proud to be a devil? Yes, we are. Are you proud to be a devil? Yes, we are.
ORUD has exciting new appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org.
You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
Natural gas is affordable, reliable, and safe. We are proud to offer our customers a product that saves money, provides consistent service, and is a clean energy source.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice.
As Davis was also the head coach of Rockwood between 1980 and 1985, where he coached none other than John Webb. The tandem was together during Webb's junior season in 1985 when the Tigers shut the Bulldogs out 36-0. That's not the only example of a crossover, however. One Jim Hoot Gibson also served as an assistant under Webb in the late 90s after Gibson finished coaching with Webb as an assistant for 1 year. Gibson finished his coaching career as an assistant to Davis at Wartburg, but he himself was also the head coach of Wartburg in the year of 1965. Needless to say, there's familiarity, but there's a new ball coach in Morgan County. His name is Dustin Peels. Peels is trying to become the first Wartburg head coach to make the playoffs in his first season since Rodney Ellison did it in 2011. This road is completely uphill, though, as the Bulldogs haven't even come within 3 scores from beating Rockwood since a victory in 2010. But they're getting better and have won 2 of their last 3 games. Can they pull off a major signature region win tonight? We'll find out soon on the OEB Law Game of the Week. Day or night, 24/7. Someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit the website full of helpful information, wreckintoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, once again joined by my fellow GoldenEye 64 enthusiast, James Hoot Gibson. And so you kind of might recognize the Hoot Gibson in there because you are the grandson of one Jim Hoot Gibson.
Yeah, and it's great to be here. It's a very familiar area. You know, I grew up down here as a small child running around these streets of Rockwood. Spent a lot of time in that field house over there watching a lot of film as a young man growing up. So a lot of familiarity here.
Speaking of familiarity, someone that we are both familiar with, Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties, and she is sponsoring our pregame show, and we want to thank her for that. You can give her a phone call. The numbers are on your screen there, but Elaine, with over $20 million in sales, almost hitting $1 million in sales just this year. She's had a great year. She's got over 5 years of experience, and I think that's a testament to how well she does her job.
She is. There's nobody better, guys. If you're out there and you're in need of a realtor, if you're looking to sell or purchase, you need to give Elaine Walden at East Tennessee Properties a phone call at the number listed on your screen.
So we've seen Rockwood a couple times this year. We know what they can do. Wartburg is balanced on offense and feature a player on defense who tied a school record with 4 interceptions in a single game last week, and his name is Lawson Swint. He's just a sophomore. In fact, Wartburg's leading receiver is also a sophomore. The quarterback and leading rusher are juniors, so the Bulldogs are young. What else should we know about the blue and white tonight?
Well, this is a very small roster of only 22 players out there tonight, with 2 being injured. And they are a very, very young squad whose best football is ahead of them. But they have some studs up front, okay, like Hunter Morgan, who has 65 tackles and amazing 25 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. And Lucas Wilson, who is 6'5", 280 pounds, young sophomore playing offensive line who's got a lot of potential. So this Wartburg team is slowly building something that they can be proud of.
Could be a fun matchup to watch tonight, that Lucas Wilson going against the senior Nehemiah Story, who we've talked about for years here at Rockwood. So we'll pay attention to that. We're going to take you around the area, let you know what's going on, and also we will preview this game before it kicks off as we continue our Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show on the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
When should you get tested for COVID-19? You have symptoms of COVID-19, such as runny nose, congestion, sore throat, fever, cough, shortness of breath, muscle pain, headache, chills, or loss of taste or smell. Current testing recommendations say everyone should get tested immediately if they have symptoms of COVID-19. If you have symptoms, be sure to follow recommendations about how long to stay home and away from others. For more information, visit our If You Are Sick or Test Positive webpage.
"1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
And welcome back to our Elaine Walden